This last part. Gross dog. Gross dog. Gross dog. Oh shit. Oh shit. Such a pretty sparkly view.
Hi, this is Patricia with through-these-eyes.com, and I'm going to show you today how I make a very simple, easy, and delicious lasagna. I'm going to run through the ingredients really quickly. The full recipe is on my website, through-these-eyes.com, but let me just show you here quickly what we're going to need. We're going to need ground beef, half an onion, mushrooms. You're going to need, I use cottage cheese, but you can use ricotta cheese, fresh grated mozzarella, Parmesan cheese, Italian seasoning, 2 eggs, your favorite pasta sauce. This right here I have is Classico, but I use all different kinds, whatever's on sale, really, honestly. And I use Barilla lasagna noodles. I believe that's it, although maybe some salt and pepper to taste. And yeah, so let me get things set up here. I'm going to need to dice my onion and start browning my ground beef with the onion, and I'll show you how we put it all together. Okay, I have just finished grating 3 cups of mozzarella cheese, and actually what I have in here is 2.5 cups. I've reserved the other ½ cup for the topping. So to my mozzarella cheese, I'm going to add 32 ounces of cottage cheese. I measured this out because I have a huge container. It's like 48 ounces. So this is 32 ounces of cottage cheese. And we'll give that a quick stir. So 32 ounces of cottage cheese, 2.5 cups of mozzarella, 1/4 cup of Parmesan, and I have 2 eggs that I'm going to just beat lightly. That's all. Add that in there. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, roughly. It's about a teaspoon. I added 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning to the meat, so there's a total of 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning in this recipe. And we're going to give this a nice, good stir. But you don't have to watch this messy procedure, so I'll be right back. Okay, I've finished mixing up my cheese mixture, so I'm going to show you how I put this together. Now, in my 9 by 13 by 3-inch pan, I have sprayed it with nonstick cooking spray, and I'm going to add to that, to the bottom, about a cup of the meat and sauce mixture. And we're just going to spread that down all along the bottom. And it looks like there's more meat than sauce here, so. Okay, so I've discovered why you guys like watching my recipes. It's not for the delicious simplicity of them, it's for my constant misjudgment and not knowing what it is I have. So I was going to make a very delicious, very nice 13 by 9-inch pan of lasagna. What I didn't realize that I grabbed a 24-ounce can of spaghetti sauce, not a 32-ounce. Therefore, I don't have enough sauce. So, very meaty sauce, but not enough for a 13 by 9. So, backup plan. I have a very nice 9 by 9, which is still perfect for my noodles. And I'm still going to make 3 layers. I'm probably not going to use all this cheese, though. That would be very bad. Tempting, but bad. So, that's unfortunate. But, it's okay. It's still just as delicious, a little smaller. But here we go. We're going to use about ½ cup to 1/4 cup of the meat sauce. And again, I've sprayed this pan with non-stick cooking spray. Okay, I'm gonna say that's about a half a cup of the actual sauce. We're gonna spread that along the bottom. And then we're going to, actually, because this isn't all the sauce I have, I'm gonna put a little bit more. This is probably gonna be more of like a cup because we want a nice even layer along the bottom. So we have a cup of the ground beef sauce mixture. And then on top of that, normally you would use 4 of these for the larger pan, but I'm going to only use 2 because I have a 9x9. So it looks, see, I need a camera right here and I don't have one, so it looks like that, sort of. Can you see that? So there's plenty of space for my sauce. I'm gonna put the remaining little sauce on top of that. Kind of spread it. Okay. And unfortunately for me, I'm gonna have a lot of cheese sauce left. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use, just like normal, you're gonna use 1 1/2 cups of the cheese mixture. So there's 1 1/2. Evenly spread that. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And we're going to do that 2 more times. Okay. So again, it's about a 1/2 cup of the meat mixture, 2 noodles, another 1/2 cup or so, 1 1/2 cups of the cheese sauce, and we're going to do it again. So I'll be right back when this is all layered. The last bit of tomato sauce on there. I'm going to use maybe a 1/4 cup of the cheese because I have a lot of cheese in here already. No, forget it. I'll just use, well, yeah. And, excuse me. And we're going to use about a 1/4 cup I'm going to use about a 1/4 cup of the Parmesan sprinkled on top. I do have quite a bit of cheese left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up freezing this because it will keep in the freezer. So I'm going to put this in a baggie, put it in a freezer, and we'll top this off and put it in the oven. Be right back. You just gotta love making things for YouTube, for video. I started off wanting to make a 13x9-inch lasagna, and without even noticing, I had a 24-ounce jar of sauce instead of a 32-ounce, which leaves you a little short. But that's okay. It's very meaty sauce, very thick sauce. It was difficult to spread because there wasn't a lot of sauce. I could have added some tomato sauce to it, but I didn't have any, of course. So anyway, you just have to deal with what you're given, what you have. So again, this, just to see if I can quickly recap, we have the sauce at the bottom with 2 of the lasagna noodles, a little bit more sauce layered with a 1.5 cups of cheese, a little bit more sauce, 2 noodles, and just repeat. So you've got sauce, noodle, sauce, cheese, sauce, noodle, sauce, cheese. That's how it goes until you're pretty much done, until you can kind of see it coming over the top. But that's what it ends up looking like when it's all done. And just before I covered it, which I almost forgot, you want to add a little bit of water, maybe depending on your size. For the larger pan, I would use about a half a cup, so I'm probably going to use about a quarter of a cup or so, maybe about a half a cup. And you're just going to put a little bit of water all along the rim. And what this does is it's going to help give it some liquid to nicely cook those noodles. So see, I didn't even finish all of the water that I had in there, and I had about half a cup in there. So we're taking aluminum foil that's been lightly sprayed with a nonstick cooking spray so that the cheese doesn't stick to it as it's cooking. And we're going to bake this in a 375 degree oven for about 15 minutes. And at that point, we'll take it out, take off the aluminum, and see where it is there. All right, be right back. All right, we are all done. The lasagna baked for 50 minutes, at which point I took it out of the oven, took off the aluminum foil, and put it back in the oven for another 10. It should sit for another 10 minutes or so before I can cut into it. But this is what it looks like. It smells great. It looks awesome. Can't wait for dinner. So the full recipe is on my website, through-these-eyes.com. And please check back again for another easy, simple recipe. If you like this, please subscribe, please share, and yeah, leave a comment if you have any questions, if something wasn't clear. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I know I will tonight. All right, thanks for watching.